An ex-WWE star trends during Joe Hendry's NXT concert. Plus, a title match has been confirmed for SmackDown on Friday, and we have an update on a major free agent joining WWE. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. Great American Bash Night 1 last night featured Joe Hendry. And a concert for the very first time.
Yes, absolutely. He was calling out Gallus. He was mocking them. Then they beat him up.
Was that his WCPW theme music, I heard?
It was his ICW theme.
It was his ICW theme.
He then used in ours and has now used again in NXT. But he changes the lyrics and makes them relevant, and it's all good. It was very entertaining stuff. But as he put on the live concert as part of the NXT Great American Bash Night 1, a former WWE superstar was trending as a result, Tom.
Yeah, so it kind of got the ball rolling when Elijah quote retweeted, well, actually started before this, I believe, because Elijah quote retweeted Joe's concert video after the fact with a gif of himself saying, okay, I can't look at that. But before that, a lot of people had started dropping the name Elias on Twitter because of the similarity to what Joe Hendry was doing and Elias did previously. Josh Alexander from TNA even shared a photo of former WWE star Elias and Joe Hendry side by side, with Elias greater than Joe Hendry. And a lot of people seem to agree.
And when I first saw this, I thought, oh no, because all I could think was in Joe's recent interviews when he's going, let me get one thing straight. We are a great family here in TNA. We're a great supportive locker room.
I like how he says we.
Let me get one thing straight. Yeah, I mean, he's always talking about how the locker room in TNA is a very supportive place and everything. And I thought, that's not very supportive of Josh Alexander. Then I realized they're feuding, aren't they? Josh Alexander turned heel, and it all makes sense. He's in character. He's in storyline. He's
a storyline boy, so this continues on. But it did get a lot of people talking about Elias. A few clips from Elias were shared online, and big shout out to North Wrestling, who saw this coming, and 3 weeks ago, put on Elijah versus Joe Hendry at Thunderstruck 2.
Absolutely. Fantastic match.
Already played the game. Thank you, lads. Also last night at Great American Bash Night 1, as a result of beating Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn now have their next title match set, and it'll be this Friday on SmackDown as they will defend the Women's Tag Team Championships against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. This will be the SmackDown before SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't know if they really did a great job of keeping the result in doubt from NXT, because Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill have been consistently recently calling out Alba and Isla, and there's been really little doubt in anyone's mind that it would actually be Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend going into that match. I know that one team is far more prominent and everything, and I know that it was very unlikely that the NXT duo would win, but they could have at least pretended that it was a sporting contest and it was actually going to. But I still think getting that title match for Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend is a good sign of their development, and and better and greater things in the future.
They had Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill on Twitter during the match, scouting their next opponent.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
They kind of gave the impression, we're going to watch and see what Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson are like, because we might end up facing them.
Okay,
I want to make sure that they're right. But that'll be on the Friday, the SmackDown before SummerSlam. And heading into SummerSlam, it's quite a straightforward card, but there could be adjustments.
Yeah, it's quite remarkable actually, because there's 7 matches, all singles matches, and the only stipulation is the Punk Drew one, which has Seth Rollins as the special guest referee. And I think he's going to let some stuff fly that wouldn't. Sorry.
He won't like it, but he'll have to go along with it.
He'll have to go along with it. But Fightful Select have said that one WWE source told them to not be surprised to see some additions or alterations to the SummerSlam card, as right now the show features 7 singles matches without additional stipulations. So we could see some alterations to the card. I wonder what that means. Does it mean we could get someone beaten down on SmackDown and there has to be a stand-in or a tag match or something? It's very unusual for WWE to produce this card of entirely singles matches. It feels quite rare.
Triple H loves a long singles match.
Apparently so.
I feel like a lot of the NXT events in the past were predominantly sort of singles matches that had a lot of time given to them. I might be wrong, but no, I feel like they were. That
is true. That is certainly true. But I can't remember one that was like all singles match. The lineup for this one on Wikipedia currently reads like a UFC event. Maybe they're trying to. No, it doesn't matter. Trying to be like the UFC. No.
Yeah. So I mean, whether they tart a few of the matches up, there's not much time to do that really between now and Saturday.
No.
You know,
one show.
But don't worry, because the creative juices for SummerSlam are going to be flowing later on today, because it's 9 Pitches Day.
Yes, myself, Ross, and Andrew will be heading into the studio to record 9 pitches, and it should be out later on today. We've all brought 3 pitches for SummerSlam. Mine are the best ones.
And simple as
Turn
that.
into James Acaster there, and mine are the best.
And remember, it's not what's going to happen.
It's what we want to happen.
What we want to happen. That's later on the YouTube channel and on the podcast feed as well. Heading beyond SummerSlam, a major free agent has given an update on their future plans and when we could see them in a WWE ring.
Yes, Julia revealed over the weekend, the Japanese wrestling star who has been all but confirmed to be heading to WWE soon. Well, there's a big update regarding her. She revealed over the weekend that she would make a major announcement at today's Marigold event. That announcement was ultimately Julia revealing that she only has 5 matches left in Japan and will have her last match in Japan on August 19th at Korakuen Hall. This seems to... We're inching ever closer, and it might have been something that got delayed due to her wrist injury, but now that seems to be fine.
Yeah, the expectation was that the entirety of this year would see Julia work for Marigold, which is the new promotion that Rossi Ogawa launched in the wake of his departure from Stardom, and then heading to WWE a bit later in the year. And in recent days, it's been noted that Julia would be finishing up around August. She has confirmed that now, and she is expected to head to NXT, but possibly start with them sooner than her final... Well, it was mentioned she was meant to start sooner than her final date because there's a form, as Jack previously stated, the injury. She was meant to be with us already by now. I think there were plans for her to face Roxanne Perez at Heat Wave, potentially. Yeah,
it seemed like people were expecting a women's title match straight off the bat, which you could argue she would potentially just win straight away.
As our resident wrestling super brain, sir,
no.
What do you see as one of Julia's final matches on her way out?
Ooh.
Because there's got to be... There's a bunch of big matches to be had in Marigold. Does she put Bozilla over on the way out? Love Bozilla.
That would be great, but I feel like Bozilla would... In losing to Bozilla, you're going to end up flattened, aren't you? Bozilla's such a large lady. And the way she wrestles. People have compared her to Vader. She's already very promising. Let's just talk about Bozilla.
I love Bozilla.
She's fantastic.
She's great.
For someone so inexperienced, she could be really, really good as well. Julia, I think, will wrestle her final match against Utami Hayashishita.
Oh,
I don't know.
Have
they already clashed in? No, they've teamed together in Marigold, I think. And they both had eras as the champion of Stardom, so that would make sense. I'll say Utami.
Nice shout. Let us know what you think down there if you wish to. Are you twitching tonight, Jack?
Myself and Owen Mawson will be taking control of the Swans, the Blues. We're in charge of Birmingham City now on Football Manager on our weekly Twitch streams. Apologies to Villa Van Dan, who... Villa Van Dan came back. He finally came back to the stream after we took control of Birmingham, and he said, it's like watching someone you love engage in destructive behavior. He's not angry, he's just really, really concerned. 6 p.m. UK time, twitch.tv/Cultaholic to see myself and Owen try to win some games on Football Manager.
And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Fly, swans, fly.
The Blues.
Blue swans. That's what happens when a swan eats chicken.